Disclaimer: Tiff, N, the Punisher. The views and opinions expressed in this episode of Tiff and the Punisher are those of the hosts and guests solely and do not constitute legal advice, medical advice, or professional counsel of any kind. This content is produced for educational, informational, and advocacy purposes only. Viewers should consult their own licensed attorney for advice specific to their situation. Nothing in this video constitutes a threat, call to violence, harassment, intimidation, or any form of harm directed at any judge, prosecutor, police officer, CPS, DCS worker, government official, or private individual. We do not advocate, encourage, or condone violence, threats, or illegal acts of any kind. All commentary is protected political speech and criticism of government policy and practices under the First Amendment. Any references to public records, court filings, news reports, or personal experiences are presented as commentary and opinion. Names, case details, and events discussed are drawn from publicly available information or the speaker's own experiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Content may address sensitive topics, including child welfare, government overreach, and family separation. Copyright 2026, Tiff N, The Punisher. All rights reserved.
The night before the strike.
Lights, cameras, Constitution.
No scripts, no mercy, just the record.
They thought the family was finished. Tonight we finished them.
Segment 1. The warrant that never existed. Segment 2. The ADA they pretended not to see. Segment 3. The names that are about to become very public.
This is not a podcast. This is the opening argument.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up, everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You will no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She's tired of our kids being taken. God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CPS, here we come. Picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior. And we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. Our children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping.
Hey, what's up, Tiff?
It's Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was tiring. And I think I got
Weekends are supposed to
something
be for
going
relaxing,
on.
Tiff. Oh,
No,
Dr. Fowler in the house. Dr. Fowler!
my sinuses are acting up and I got a headache in the front and my eyes are
Oh,
watering.
Put a
So,
wet rag over your face. Just about
well, I
water
can't do that
yourself.
right now.
Well, no, but when you lay down, put a wet. My mom swears by it. I
All
tell
right,
her it's
well, I'm
just
gonna
a
have
step
to
away
try
from
it.
waterboarding.
Oh, Lord. No, why would I want to do that?
No, she does. She swears by it. She really does. Dr. Fowler's in the house. You see that?
Hey.
Dr. Fowler, why
guess
don't you
what
come
up?
in? Yeah, we should get Dr. Fowler in here tonight to talk with us.
Okay. Guess what else happened this weekend?
What else happened?
Osiris is home.
Oh, that's right. He did. He's out.
Yes,
Jailbreak.
he is. Yes.
Yep, we got him out.
Yay.
He's out. He's out, and he's
out. He's home.
yeah, that's exciting. He's excited. He said he was going to sleep for days.
Yes, he is. He probably is.
I thought when you go to jail, that's what you do, is you go to sleep.
Well,
That's
I'm not
what
in
most-
jail and I can't sleep.
No, you are up all night worrying about everything. I got to do this just for him.
Amen, Osiris.
Yep, we got to do that. Maybe we'll
God
beckon
of
him
law.
to show up on the show. It's kind of like a
Undisputed in the
genie. It
court.
seems like if we rub him, he'll come out. You know.
Title 4
Right.
destroyer, child support
You know. So
destroyer.
maybe that'll give him. Maybe that'll beckon him
Watch the
to wake up
fraud
and
abort.
watch us, or maybe he's scared to watch us. I
Hotep
don't know.
brothers rise. Knowledge is the weapon. The contract.
Yeah, let's get. I'm gonna, Dr. Fowler. I'm gonna send you a link right now to your Facebook, so you can hop in with us because she's got a lot of things coming up with her case too. We can talk to her about that.
Well, that's
Um,
great.
Yeah, she's got a lot of. I mean, her things are rolling for grandma. I mean, she's grandma like you, you know. And there's a lot to be said, and I'm going to say this tonight. There's a lot to be said for women like you guys that I say, and you could say I'm wrong or whatever, but I say that you guys have given up your life for your kids. Like, you guys have taken the elder years of your lives. You know, you're not an elder yet, but you know what I'm saying. But you've taken these years of your lives and you've used that to raise your grandchildren because your children fell short, but you unselfishly gave up your time to relax, enjoy your golden years in retirement and all of that stuff that you're supposed to be doing, you know, to end out the rest of your life. You guys have unselfishly given up that time to raise your grandkids. And, you know, I look at it and I'm like, wow. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't do the same thing, but it's really a wow when all the grandparents out there that do this stuff, because they literally are giving up the better years of their life to raise the children that the state was trying to take to keep their family together. And I mean, that needs to be more commended and appreciated than most people then they know, like, because that's really a big deal. Whenever, like when all your friends are calling you and they're in Cancun and they're all doing this and that and all this stuff, you guys are sitting at home raising grandchildren. And, some people that's their thing, and that's great. And, but some people it's not, but they still do it because they have to do it because to keep their family intact or to keep their bloodlines where they're supposed to be. And that's really that's a hugely commendable thing. And I just want to say that to all the grandparents out there that do this stuff. You guys are amazing people, and thank you for giving up. That's giving up more than money. That's giving up more. You're giving up life to raise these kids, and you don't have to. And that's just amazing that you guys do that.
I had someone ask me, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years raising your grandkids? I said, listen to me. If I can live until these kids turn 18, that's all I really care about at this point. I just want to live long enough to get them to 18 and adults. As long as I can get them there, the rest of my life, I'll just enjoy what I have left of it.
Mm-hmm. But, but it's a big thing. It really is. You take it very humbly. You do.
Thank you.
But, I mean, you guys work your ass off. I know that because I see it firsthand. You guys are always hustling. You're bustling. You're in the car. You're going to the doctors. You're cleaning cars. You're doing this. You're doing that. I mean, you're freaking tired. You're exhausted. But you don't show it. You do this show without a hitch. You know what I mean? Like, you've never, ever, I don't think in the 2 years that we're almost at, that you've ever, no, there was one night that you couldn't make it to a show. There was one time that you didn't make it to a show in 2 years. And that was because you were tired or anything. That was just because you couldn't make it because you had your meeting or whatever it was. It was something like that. But never have you been like, Darren, I'm tired. I don't want to do a show tonight. Neither one of us have ever done it because we're tired. Or maybe I was asleep, but that's different. But no, but you never, you don't ever whine or bitch or complain about it. You just do what you do you do what you do what you do, and I don't even think you think about it like that. You don't think about it that way. But you should think about what an amazing thing it is that you're doing. Because where would these kids be if it wasn't for you?
God only knows. Right.
Where would they be if all these grandparents didn't do what they're doing to take care of their kids?
God only knows.
So I mean, that's a huge thing, and it's very commendable. And the government should be sending your asses a check every month for doing this.
No, they want us to sign a contract with them.
Right, Fowler. I sent you a link in your email, just so you know. But yeah, that's a big thing. What these grandparents do, people. Whether you're someone out there that make sure you thank your mom or your dad if they're taking care of your kids. Because you have a CPS case, and I'm not saying that you were a worthy parent or not, but you should thank them. You should definitely thank them for doing what they've done, because your kids, at least you know your kids are safe. You know where your kids are. You know that they're not being molested, or they're being, sexually abused, or they're being, beaten, and they're eating fine and all that. You know all this stuff, so you get to enjoy that comfort of not having your kids, but knowing that they're safe. A lot of parents out there don't have that.
That's very true. Dr. Death, I'm so sorry, Darren. Dr. Death said he lost his brother last week. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
Go ahead, Darren. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw that.
I'm just saying, people don't realize how much of, people toss around kin care and kinship like it's nothing, but it really is. It's a big deal. I mean, Tiff, you're going to be 70-something years old when these kids turn 18.
Yeah.
Who knows if time's going to be good to you or not? You don't ever know how the clock's going to tick for you.
You're right. And I live by this rule too, right? Like, every dog has their day, but every good deed does not go unpunished. So I think about that all the time. Like, everything that I'm doing good, like the perfect example is this CPS case that I got thrown into for no reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm out here trying to help people, and we're all out here trying to change stuff, And people don't like that. So, like I said, no good deed goes unpunished is actually what it says. So they've targeted everybody in our group. And I literally mean everybody. So
Yep.
that's how I know that we're doing the right thing, right? Because the devil's coming at us full force, but we're not backing down.
Nope. No, we don't. We don't ever back down. And that's a lot to be said for that too.
Good versus evil. Good always comes out on top. Like you said, everything comes out in the wash, right? I even heard a judge, one of the TV judges say, everything comes out in the wash, and what doesn't come out in the wash will definitely come out in the dryer. I said, I didn't think about it like that.
Yep. Oh man, it does. It does. It will finish it off. You know, karma's a bitch. It really is. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I bring that out today about the the grandparents and how everybody out there should be thanking your parents if they've got your kids. And I mean, you guys are able to go and live your lives and do what you do, and I'm sure that your family is what would have been most important. But since the state and these bastards kidnapped your kids and made it so that you couldn't be a family, at least you guys can go on and live your life knowing comfortably that your kids are okay. And that's a huge thing. That's a very, very big thing to be able to know that, because some of us don't know. So, thank your parents if they are the ones, or, whoever in your family has got your kids, to know that they're good and safe, because there are so many that don't know. And that's just a horrible feeling. And if you are looking for your family, we actually have an app for it. It's reunificationcentral.com. And if you guys go to that, you can sign up to look for your family members, or if your kids are looking for you, they can sign up to look for you too. It's a place to go to if CPS is taking your kids, and you can sign up there at reunificationcentral.com. You can put up a profile, you do that stuff, and then people will, kids or family members can sign up to look for their lost relatives that CPS has caused. So you guys should check that out too. If you haven't, you should.
Darren,
it's a great. Yes, ma'am.
Has our book dropped yet?
It's going to be there soon, but it's I finished it today, so I'll try to get it up tonight. The cover's done, everything's done. You read the rough draft of it. You know how good it is.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You guys will love it. This one takes the last one and intensifies it by 1,000. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. It's like the other book on steroids.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
It is good
You know
stuff.
what? It is. It's really good stuff. I'll tell you what. You know what we can do? If anybody wants to see the unfinished version, if you guys want to put up a thing in the chat there that you want it, before you can buy it, I'll send you the rough draft, or the final. It's the final draft version of it. But there's no cover. It's not in the book. It's just PDF. I'll send it to you guys if you guys want that. So if any of you want the book, go ahead and put up there that you want a copy of it. Most of you I probably have your emails or whatever. I'll send it to you. But like I said, it's not going to be like in the book format. It'll just be the PDF, and you guys can have it. That'll be our little gift to you guys. So throw it up there in the chat if you guys want it, and we will get it to you. And if you guys are watching this after, if you want, put a comment here, and put it in the bottom of the comment section of the YouTube video, and then I can do it there too. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Hey Darren, I was just sitting here while you were talking. Yeah. I said, oh my God, it's August. Our 2-year anniversary of Tiff and the Punisher is coming up.
Yeah, September, right?
Yes. Do you remember the day?
Yep. 23rd.
24th.
Okay. I was close.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. I was very close.
Yes, you were. you actually got one of the grandbaby's birthdays, because remember I said, oh, that's going to be easy to remember
Yes.
because his
Yep.
birthday's the day before.
Yes. Hey, Gunner's in the house. Justin Harley's here. Dr. Death, Justin Harley. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. Good, Justin. Thank you, man. Justin's using the app for his. Oh, Henry needs to. Oh, Henry's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Henry.
To Henry. Yeah. Happy birthday to Henry. Dr. Fowler's here. Let's bring her out. DF.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. How are you, Fowler?
I am well.
Oh, good. Good. What's happening with
how's
you, Dr. Fowler? You've been trying to get in for a while.
First, I want to express my appreciation for the two of you, for all of your listeners and supporters, those who are here right now and those who are not.
Oh, well, thanks, Fowler. That's good stuff. What is going on with... Want to tell us what's going on with you?
I can. I don't want to take up too much time right now talking about the adoption matter with baby Carly, except to mention that we're still at a very dangerous stage of the medical kidnapping where the court and I are contending over the adoption. We recently had a contested adoption hearing where the fosters were permitted to attend the hearing. And during my hearing, I was basically excluded from the hearing in its entirety, even though I had checked into court remotely. I was denied visual access to the courtroom, so I couldn't see anything. I was denied the proper audio access to the courtroom. I was denied the opportunity to speak, even though I had attorney representation. And the hearing itself took 8 hours without a lunch break. It was extraordinarily adversarial towards my expert witness who had been put on the stand, and he was grilled and demeaned for 3 solid hours. So it was a waste of public health insurance and Title IV funds to the maximum, just quite stunning. We have a new court date coming up, and I'll be able to give you some details on that. But if you wanted to see an amazing misdelivery of a procedure, I would have invited anyone to join in that hearing. I'll take a break and let anybody respond.
Oh, I can't believe it. It disgusts me. It disgusts me that they treat you in such a way. It disgusts me that they just push you off. And I don't know if you heard my message earlier about the grandparents that, you're willing to give up your life for this kid, and they're putting it in the hands of a predator. They're putting baby Carly in the hands of a predator that they know is a predator, that you've done your due diligence in the work to prove and to show and to do these things, and they just wish you away, and it's disgusting. You do all of this to give up all your time in your life to be with your grandchild, and the state still messes with you.
One more thing, and thank you so much, and thank you for your recognition of grandparents. My oldest grandson is 25 years old, and when I first took him on, I was in the middle of my career as a young professor, so it was triple difficult, especially since he was on the autism spectrum. And 25 years ago, we didn't have the heightened awareness or the incidence of autism that we do now. So just trying to resource him was quite compelling, and only the Most High got me through, really. But one more thing with this procedure, and then I had a point that I wanted to tune in with you guys for. During the adoption hearing, I heard something that they had brought a child into the courtroom. My granddaughter would be 4 years old. I heard someone refer to this child as EV. That is not my granddaughter's name. And I heard somebody, it might have been the GAL, because remember, I could not hear very well. And I had stated before that I couldn't hear very well, but the sound was never adjusted. So I am sitting here on camera like a laboratory animal, being observed by everyone, but I have no idea who was in the courtroom or what was being done during the proceeding, except that a child, I think, was brought into the courtroom, called EV, and someone said that she was going to take the stand and she was going to be guided in the back while she was waiting to take the stand. So if anybody out there thinks that it is bizarre, if anybody out there thinks that it is corruption, cruel, and traumatizing for someone to presume to bring a 4-year-old, a new 4-year-old, to court and put them on the stand for an adoption proceeding that's going against their family. I'd like to know if anybody thinks that that's okay. I've tried to find out if it's procedurally correct, and I can't find anything to substantiate that treatment.
I don't know what your laws are, but in Virginia, a judge will not even talk to a child until they're a certain age. I want to say 10. And even then, they're not testifying in the courtroom. They're testifying in the judge's chambers.
Well, that's basically what the law outlines here. So to be continued on that. But moving on, one thing that I am promising myself to do more of as I move forward and tell the story of Where is Baby Carly, and that is emphasizing the role of my daughter and her defective parenting and her determination that the baby would be separated from me and put into the foster system, as bizarre as it sounds. I don't bring her into the story enough so that people can understand. I don't talk enough about her pathologies. Just for anyone who doesn't know, my daughter has had 3 children. My daughter is incapacitated to parent due to psychiatric illnesses in the acute range. And that would mean diagnoses of everything from schizophrenia to bipolar disorder to borderline personality disorder and many others. A long and very marked history of arrests and conviction for physical abuse against myself and the grandchildren, a long and sordid history of other arrests and convictions, a history of housing displacement, but most compellingly, it is my daughter's will that the grandchildren are taken from me and put into the system because she has compulsion to make sure that her children are injured, to make sure that they are hurt, to make sure that they are alienated from their family and from their family support. And so she has willed it that the children are taken away from me, despite all of the safety and protections that I have as a grandparent. That's one of the reasons why we're here with baby Carly right now. I often leave my daughter out of the story because I think about the social worker and the GAL and the courts and so on. But if not for my daughter, we wouldn't be where we are today. Presently, as you all may know, her rights have been terminated. And what people may not know is that as a mother, I have something to share with you all. And that is there were recent sightings of my daughter on the streets, out of her mind, really delusional. And I just sent you both a copy of 2 short videos that were taken. I sent them to your messenger if you want to pop them up or not, or discuss
Sure.
them. They're very short. Yes, where my daughter is attempting to break into someone's home because she is derelict of mind and reason. She doesn't know where she is. But interestingly enough, she knows enough to reference my mother, her grandmother, which is cruelly ironic that even though she's out there and there's just not too much more left of her mind, she remembers her grandmother that she bonded with, and they had an amazing love for each other. But here she's obstructing her children's love for their grandmother, and she's attempting to break into a home of a lady that I will call an angel lady. I don't know if I have permission to call her name, but if her name comes up on the video, of course we do. And this
Right.
lady recorded my daughter looking into her window, the window of the lady's house, on her porch, having a dialogue, which is in some ways just very, very sad as a mother. And instead of this lady who lives there applying deadly force or doing something horrible to my daughter, because what would she know of this person at her door? She talked to my daughter firmly and with compassion and care, and it brought me to tears. And when she put the video on TikTok, it went wild. What do you call it on social media? It went viral.
Viral, yes, viral.
And as a result of that TikTok video, 2 of the adults, they're now adults, the children that I fostered 11 children at least when I was rearing my daughter, not through the foster system, but informally. These are 2 young ladies in their 40s that I haven't been in touch with for years, found the video and contacted me. And you'll see the subsequent video there. And one of them made a poster. She took a picture from the TikTok video, and she took a picture from Facebook, because these are kids that grew up with my daughter. I mean, my house was always full of children. And they made a physical poster. They posted it in our old neighborhood of Southwest Philadelphia, left a reference phone number, and somebody saw it and called them, and they cited my daughter. And these lovely extended kin went and found my daughter and brought, ministered to her on the streets and tried to get her to give them some help. Oh, she just texted me and said I have permission to use her name. This lady's name is Niesha Ricard. I think it's NIESHA RIKARD. So this series of miracles where people were able to find my daughter as a result of this TikTok. So several times I messaged Miss Ricard to the extent that I could. I had to send her a drum signal. She goes, no, I'm not really good with the technology. And I said, hi, the lady in the video is my daughter. I'm her mother. I would like to thank you. Well, for a long time, I didn't get a reply. And who could blame her? Who in the world would do that? I mean, come on, it kind of sounds suspect that like someone tries to violate your home and your mom reaches out to thank you. Yeah, sure. But you know what I mean? Especially in this era where you see parents of people who have done horrible things going, you did my son wrong because you corrected him. Or, whatever it is, they take the side of their child who has done the wrong thing. But I kept praying on it, and I really wanted to thank this angel lady. And I wanted to explain to her that what drove my daughter the rest of the way out of her mind was a situation with baby Carly. Even though she was corrupted into colluding with it, understanding what is going on with her baby and these derelicts where her baby is residing or being passed around from place to place was the tipping point for my daughter to lose her mind all the way down to the bone. A couple of weeks ago, this kind lady returned my messaging. We spoke on the phone and we talked for 3 hours. It was 3 hours of tears. She actually brought me to the point where she had me laughing because she was able to describe how they had called the police on my daughter. The police didn't come for 2 hours. Okay. And we were actually able to draw some humanity out of a horrible, horrible situation. I think she's tuned in now. So if I can thank her.
I'm looking for the video right here. Trying to pull the video up right here.
Yeah,
I just saw it.
I'm at your house fire.
I messaged it to you and Tiff.
Yeah, I just watched it on my messenger.
Okay.
It's in your messenger, Darren.
Yeah, it's
So I also want what happened to Evangeline to be a testament to the world about what happens to all of us to an extent when we have had our lives destroyed by Child Protective Services in America.
Here we go. I got this. I think I got it here. Let me pull it up here. Yep, I got it. Okay, here we go. So you guys can see what she's talking about here.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in, Ms. Ricard.
There we go.
Hi, how you doing? I'm your neighbor. What you doing? What? I'm your neighbor. What you doing? My neighbor what?
What you doing?
What you mean what I'm doing?
I just moved across the street and I didn't have any food, and I wanted to know if possible if you had something to eat. And I'm saying what you doing, that's how we speak. I don't know if you're from Uganda, but I'm from United States. That's how we talk. We go, hey, what's up?
Don't sit. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Oh, all right, I won't sit. Oh, sorry.
So there's this one, right? And then
there's another.
Yep. Let me cut that one. And then there is, let's see. And there's this one, right?
Yes, there's one with a musical background that was made by Goddaughter, and that's what they used in part to find my daughter.
My neighbor what?
What you
That's
doing?
what we already saw.
What you mean what I'm doing?
I just moved.
That's not the right one, right?
There's another one, and then there's a third one, which has music in the background, and that features the poster that was made by my goddaughter, and that was what was used to locate the missing person.
Okay, hold on a minute. So, Tiff, can you send it to me?
I just did.
Can you send me that? Because I don't have it here.
I just did.
Okay. All right. All right. There we go. Good work. All right. Here we go. This one here.
I'm not breaking in. You would have left the window open. Thank you. My black and Chinese grandma from Ohio is the same as my white queen grandma from London. She told me to tell you that she didn't die. The people told a lie on her, saying it was some kids that she did not do. That's why. All right, that's a salute. I'm saying that because maybe my grandma is still alive. CIA. But she left the window open. Here I come, Mom. Oh, it's nice. All right, yes. Here I come. Here I come. I wouldn't care if it was Ruby Cam. I want to go home. This whole shit is creepy, Grandma. I wouldn't give a damn. Go in the world for a second. Here I come. Here I come. We got the Gucci bag. I know it's probably people in the house. You can share it. It's us. I wouldn't give a damn. I do like Hazel Street though. That's the test. I thought we were going YouTube. Oh. Get out. Over here. Okay.
Oh my God. Whew. And then there's another one, right? You said?
Yes, there's another one that has music, and it pictures, I think it's a still, or no, maybe it's a video. I sent it to you, and I don't know if I can send it to you again from my
right. Do you have that, fella?
I just sent it to you.
Okay, here we go. I got it.
Yeah, for some reason they're going through the tip, which is good.
Right, we're at least getting them.
Yes.
Is it this one here? Yeah, it must be.
That is a park in Southwest Philadelphia. It's a very popular park.
Music on this ring.
It has music, and for some reason the music didn't play.
Yeah, here we go. I got it. So she's been found, so that's good. Now, do you know what the status is now?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. The status of my daughter, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, yes. She wouldn't go with our kindred. When they found her, they talked to her, tried to jog her memory and so on, and offered her help, but she wouldn't go with them, and eventually she grew a little irritated and kind of hostile, and I guess she just walked away from him and got on the trolley. But if Miss Reichart doesn't mind, I can share there were some other sightings of my daughter subsequent to that in the neighborhood where she was out trying to hustle things from people on the streets. So for some miracle, someone hasn't dealt her, a terminal blow. So the angels of mercy are looking over her despite the situation of what she's done. And also there are angels out there like Miss Reichart and other people that have shown my daughter kindness despite her condition, and other angels from our past as well. So, one thing about the devastation of what's going on with baby Carly is able to be connected in the circle of love with people like you and Tiff and all the others that are, we're wounded and bleeding hearts, but we're also connected with a new blood, a new unity of man because of what we've been through. I mean, we are pure, we've been purified by our pain and by our love.
Mm-hmm. It is, and it's a good thing that there's good people out in the world still, because that very easily could have ended up with her in a jail cell somewhere rotting away.
Castle doctrine in Philadelphia, a person such as Miss Reichard had every right, once her threshold was breached, to do whatever she needed to do to protect her personal safety. But instead, she chose to use a rational and compassionate and thinking mindset. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And I've also invited her to join us in the future. What I'd love for her to do, maybe with you, Darren, maybe you, Tiff, too, is to sit down and ask me those really tough questions that are hard to really explain to the world who doesn't know, people who are uninitiated into the horrors of CPS, people who probably do think you're crazy when you talk about medical kidnapping, who would probably cast aspersion at you like you're the grandmother. Well, why don't you have a kid? And really, what's the real reason that you're hiding from us? If you understand, I think you're going to understand what I'm saying.
Yep. Yep. No, people think that they think that all of us are crazy. They think that, when you tell them that CPS come into your life and you didn't do anything wrong, they think that that's a joke. They think that that's not real. You must have done something wrong, blah, 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 all of those things. And it's in fact not the case at all. And like 90% of these cases, you've done nothing wrong. Now, there are some people that, in your situation, Dr. Fowler, you recognize that your daughter that she had an issue and that you needed to step in and take your grandkids. And then that's big kudos for you for doing that, in this situation. But was CPS necessary? Did you step in fast enough? Those are questions that people will ask. And then, how did it go with you did CPS become involved first, or did you recognize it? And did you just say, I got to do something about this?
I'm looking forward to a panel where I'm asked those questions, where we can go into a family history. I think it would be helpful for a lot of other people out there who may have gone under, similar circumstances. But also the goal, Darren and Tiff and your listeners and all of our supporters, is to, of course, arouse the recognition and the action step that we need in our trillionaires and our politicians.
Yeah. Someone's got to step up to the plate here and put down some money so that this thing can go big, And here's the thing is, these politicians freaking know what's going on. Half of them are in the Epstein files. They all know what the hell's going on. This is what cracks me up when we talk about, well, let's go to Washington, let's go to Congress, let's do this, let's do that. They all know they've invented this stuff. They created the thing, this beast that we're fighting against. So they all know. And what are they going to do about it? Nancy Schaefer went to Congress how many times? Connie Regali's gone to Congress how many times? How many times are people going to go to Congress to tell them there's a fucking problem and they're still not going to do a goddamn thing about it? So why are we wasting our time? There's another solution. There's another way to solve this thing. And I don't think it's our Congress, because those are the ones that are eating babies. It says it right in the Epstein files. So why do you even want to go there and speak in front of these people that have created this problem? There's another way to do this. There's another solution, and we need to figure it out, whether it's a neighborhood system that we need to build it from the ground up. There's something more, because going to the politicians that are named in all of this stuff to say we need help for what? They're not going to do a goddamn thing about it. Nothing.
They won't even, if you go to, like, I don't know how many people are having midterm elections this year. I know Virginia is. You can't even ask them a question about what are their plans to change CPS statutes. They'll be like, we can talk after, we can talk after. And then they avoid you like you're the plague.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you are talking about the trillions and you're talking about the immunities, you are coming with a plague. For those of your audience who do not know, I am a doctor of biomedical anthropology. I've had a practice that spanned 33 years before I left my practice to take care of my medically disabled grandson. For a lifetime, my practice involved providing instruction, curriculum and instruction and training for physicians, nurses, therapists, social workers, and court administrators to teach them the skills of culturally appropriate diagnosis, assessment, and evaluation of families and children to avoid unnecessary removals of children. I left my practice about 20 years ago, and it's a good thing I got off of the drowning ship when I could, because before then, what drove my practice wasn't just everybody wanting to care about children. What drove my practice were the liabilities that people wanted to avoid getting sued for misdiagnosing or misplacing children. What's happened now, very swiftly, almost 20 years ago, were two things. That is the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars through Title IV funds and other gateways that we don't even know about, pumped into this system of capturing children. And the other more devastating thing is all of these immunities, absolute immunity, all of these immunities whereby try to make a phone call against an errant social worker, look for protection with the police, look to insist upon a forensic examination, try to take a judge to court in these matters, and you will find ourselves up against amazing immunities. And in my opinion, nobody asked, the only office that should have a level of immunity such as that would be the highest office in the land, and only then under intense scrutiny, and I do mean intense, and the most wise, prudent dispensation. Other than that, how in the world is it that people who handle children are immune?
Especially when we live under the rule of law in this country, right? Like, how can you say that we live under the rule of law, but then nobody wants to take the accountability and nobody wants to get in trouble for what they've done and claim, I got qualified immunity, I have absolute immunity, I have sovereign immunity? No, that's not how it works. We can't have two systems, and I keep saying this over and over and over again, right? Like, we have two systems for everybody. The judges, the lawyers, etc., they all have immunity. But let us step out of line. They want to hold us accountable for sneezing the wrong way. It doesn't work like that.
To the maximum of the law.
Exactly.
Right down to terminating our parental rights.
Exactly. Right? But we're supposed to live under one, right? The superior law of the land. No, it is not that way in reality. That is not real life.
Justin says it perfectly right here. Laws don't work when the ones that are in charge can't be held accountable.
Well, also,
that's the fact.
At another place in time, I would like to push an ideal that I have, whereby one of the reasons why our children are taken away from us en masse by an entity that is presumed to be the state. I don't think it is, but it presumes to have ownership of the children over us. And one of the reasons why is because, for all intents and purposes, we are still chattel ourselves, and chattel cannot own property. So mostly the only thing that we own in these United States is liability. We own debts, but we don't ever fully own your home. You don't, and you don't have a bill of sale that conveys the sale of your children to you, but somebody else does. And unless we go back and revise our sacred document known as the Constitution, where we declare ourselves as fully, pardon the use of the word, sovereign human beings with sovereign rights and authority given by God over ourselves, our ancestry, our heritage, and our descendants, this is going to continue to happen because we keep calling our children, but according to the state, they're only on loan for us till the state comes after them.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. And that's what I'm saying. Why? What is it? What does it matter? You know, like, what does it matter? Go in front of Congress, tell them again, tell them again, tell them again, tell them again. They don't listen. They don't do anything about it. This thing is bigger than anybody realizes. This thing is much larger. And I don't even know if our Congress or our president could even do anything about it because they don't. So why aren't they? And I just want to make a note here. Charlene's here. That was on the other night at the round table. Charlene, good to see you. She's the Angel Advocacy Association. She helps these families that are, that CPS has come and taken their kids, and then they've got them back. So she helps the kids that are within the CPS system and then come back home and all of that. And her group does, and they do amazing things. So if you guys have kids, if your family's been, brought back together and you guys need some help, definitely look towards her group for helping out with those things. She's an amazing person, and her group is amazing. So make sure you guys check her out for certain. I'll put the link up there for her. But yeah, I mean, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about this problem? You have Melania Trump. You have Melania Trump up there saying, I guess she was now saying that she was part of this human trafficking thing at some point in time. And the faster people start realizing that CPS is trafficking children is really the only way that we're going to, I think, get this out to be what we're all trying to make it. I think that's the only way, because the only thing that the American public looks at this as now is two parents fucking up and they got their kids taken. And that's the facts. And none of that is ever true. We prove that. We have the stats. We show it at everybody's faces. But what does anybody do? What do they do? Nothing. We thought, sure, when Donald Trump was elected again, that this was going to be it. When Pam Bondi went into the FBI, Kash Patel, all those people, we thought that this was going to be the time. Taillights, guys. What are they talking about? Building more foster homes, creating more places to put these children. What does that tell me? They don't plan on stopping taking kids anytime soon. So waste your time going to Congress and talking to them. They're not listening. As a matter of fact, you know what? I saw this today. I didn't know how it would fit in this show earlier when I was trying to make it work. But right now, this does fit. So I'm going to play this.
I start talking. Because I got cut off in the last video, but I got more. I definitely got more. I was not done yet. Can you hear me?
We get it. Fast forward to what she's talking.
They do at covering up and disguising it.
You get it
For all of that shit. Do you honestly think that they're going to tell you the truth when they've been lying and trying to cover for it since 90 to 95 in that time? And now here we are in February 2026. Y'all knew that. Everybody from the 90s to now knew that shit. From the frazzle drip things to the information that's been spread. Wildfire, you knew that. And in February, a few months ago, now we're going to ask them, knowing that they're not going to comply, knowing that they're not going to tell you the truth, knowing how damn well they do at covering it up and disguising it. making it look like the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus did it. I got questions and not enough answers, but too many damn questions, and I just keep getting more. I have more questions more than I have answers every time somebody in power opens their mouth, and I'm like, that smells like and sounds like bullshit. What do you mean? And people wonder why we brought it here. People wonder why we still continue to take it to the people. Because who the hell were we supposed to call? Who were we supposed to tell? When this is our history. Has anything been different? No. Have they shown you anything different? No. Why is anybody expecting anything different? QAnons. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Please come to the front. I got a question. See, you know what? Because every walk of life, we can talk about the children. So I'm trying to understand where every walk of life is right now. From Black Lives Matter, do all Black Lives Matter? From MAGA, where is your outrage? As much as you did into the election. From the LGBTQ community, you say you care about the kids. Well, where are you for all of this situation? QAnons. You keep saying trust the plan. You keep saying let it play out. This is a show. But while people have it play out, you know there's still children being tortured, murdered, eaten, beaten, destroyed. Right? So while you're sitting there, trusting the plan from some research that you found on the computer instead of getting your ass outside too, what does that make you? I'm trying to understand. Where is everybody? Because if you're sitting here just talking about trust the plan and let it play out, that's your excuse at the expense of a child's life? That's what you're going with? That's what you're sticking to? We're just going to trust the plan and let it play out? We're just going to catch the next Q drop and let it play out? Where the hell is everybody? Because at this point, I'm frustrated because everybody keeps making excuses instead of choices. You want a place to side with, people want a reason to be angry, you want a group to be in, and every group has their dirt. But not one of these damn groups of people that everybody is calling something that's moving forward or some type of movement, moving to action for the children. Where are the Proud Boys? Where's the truckers? Where's the election crew? Y'all fought hard for that shit. Still fighting for the 2020 elections. Some of you can scream the loudest about that. Still go to rallies for that. Still make shirts for that. Stickers still coming out for that. Driving around with bumper stickers on your car for that. Children are still being tortured. I'm trying to understand. And then those of you who are like, well, that's too much because somebody's going to say something about me, or it's going to be too much because I'm scared. You don't cower. My mama has never raised me like that. My mama has always told me you don't cower in the face of the children. Ever. Ever. There are children watching. There are children waiting on you. And everybody has something that they want to, oh, well, I'm with this group, and I'm with that group, and what about the group of the children? What about that? If you're a sports fan, where's your outrage? Because I know grown men, I know of grown men that have thrown absolute tantrums if their favorite team loses a game. cry, that will gamble, that will wear merch, that will stand for hours waiting for results of a fake scripted game. Where's that energy for the truth about the children? So while everybody is just like, well, it was the red side, it was the blue side. No, don't do that bullshit. Everybody can get some. Everybody can get some. This is 2026. That is the motto right now. Everybody can get some. I'm trying to understand too, FLOTUS, POTUS. I'm still not, I hope that we're all still gathered around for this conversation. Again, question, hi, hello, me, question. At what point does the boss take over? Because I know that some things are not your job, Melania, right? Some things are not in your realm of, that's not my lane, right? Okay, I get that. I understand that. Everything has an order of process. I get that. It's slow as hell, but I'm understanding that, right? Donald, you don't have the power to do certain things, right? Because that's not, some things are just not in your lane, even though you're the president of the United States. However, if we wanted to look at this like our world is, I used to be a server. So let me help you out. See if this makes any sense to you. Because as a server, there's your host that sit the people at the tables. So when somebody walks into a restaurant and says, I'm hungry, let's go to IHOP, right? There is a host that is standing at the front door and says, hey, how many is in your party? 2 or 3? 5? Okay, let me find you a table. And then they go get your server. Your server takes your order, right? And says, what do you want to eat? That server takes things back to the kitchen. The kitchen then cooks your food, okay? There's bussers back there cleaning the plates and making sure that that silverware that everybody's been eating on, that you're about to eat on, is somewhat clean. Then they make sure that there's even runners in the restaurant, that when the food comes up on the deck, they take that food and run it to the table and sit it down. There's people that clean the tables in order for the restaurant to keep moving like a well-oiled machine. There's a cashier that makes sure that you cash out sometimes, okay? So as a server, there were times when the servers weren't in the right headspace to handle 10 tables. There was a time when you're short-staffed. There's a time when the kitchen is backed up. There's a time when the bussers are doing too much and they can't clean every table. There's a time when somebody has to say, call the manager. So if we were looking at our world as a restaurant, Donald and Melania are the managers, right? And the rest of us are the bussers, the servers, the table cleaners, the cashiers, right? So at what point does the boss come downstairs and say, hey, the servers don't have their shit together, the host can't sit any more people because the tables are not clean, the cook is backed up, and the checks are just coming through, and they can't even cook the food, so the manager has to get downstairs. They got to go comp food at tables that's cold. They got to go talk to angry customers. They got to go make sure that people can be seated in the lobby and make sure that the wait time is actually accurate. Then they got to go in the kitchen. They got to check and see what's going on. They sometimes got to tell somebody what's going on with the dishwasher. That's when the managers have to come downstairs and start handling shit until the restaurant starts moving again in an orderly fashion. So when the hell does that apply to Melania and Donald? Anybody? Like, did I just make sense? Are you smelling what I'm stepping? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to understand this. So basically, Pam Bondi was one of them dishwashers. Cash Patel was one of them servers. Dan Bongino was one of those hosts. James Comer was one of those cooks. What? So when the customers start throwing a damn fit, like, I'm hungry, my food is cold, I've been sitting here for hours, where the fuck is everybody? What is going on? You told me that I only had I wait for an hour. You know when that situation happens in a restaurant, that's when somebody says, call your who? Manager. Donald and Melania Trump.
Turn your mic on, Darren.
I said, I don't think anything needs to be said. I don't think we need to say anything more tonight. I think that's a good way to leave this show.
Yep, I think so too.
That's the truth. And you know, we say it. It says it right at the beginning of the CPS Punisher ad. Where are the people? Where are these people that outrage? The people that come out and scream for the battered dogs and the immigrants and the people that are doing all this illegal stuff and all that? Where are they? Where are these people? Something's wrong here, people. And it's up to us to figure it out, because these jokes in Washington, they know about it. They're not going to do a goddamn thing about it. So, you know, think what you will, know what you know, think what you're going to do is help. But are you wasting your energy? Or are you doing it for the good of the cause? Something to think about. Have a good night, everybody.
Thoughts are gone, thoughts don't care. Ghosts in my head, thoughts that tear. F941239 branded on my file before I was 5 years clear. They all said the same shit. Better not tell, kid, it'll get way worse in here. Even the real kids whispering threats while their parents steer. Born in a folder, no crib, just a case number and a hearing date. Pills crushed in my juice, respiratory waves turning toddlers into a court case. F943 anxiety, F90.0 separation, ink they used to label me. Now those same codes turned into calibers, letters load the AR-15. 5156 for the panic attacks, 9 for the snakes, 223 for the mess they made. Leave me alone. This is perfect Christian home. Still feel your husband's hands on my neck. Leave me alone. Night shift worker, keys rattling while you're proud the hall. Leave me alone. Caseworker with the crocodile tears. You got paid while I starved through it all. Starved through it all. Real. Level 2, bounce like trash. Learning roles in every house they make you feel. Level 3, chameleon bag, never unpacked. Visible just enough to eat. Level gray, master read a lie in the blink. Route around rules in the street. Level 5, invisible state on ghost file, too thick for any worker to read. Sleeping fragments, exits mapped, made it out so low they know you a different breed. We the invisibles, age out the system. No feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat, rifle fluent, pistol fully automatic. Grown now, pulling up, packing. Only lesson we kept is right from wrong. Now wrong, get it corrected. 30 round hymns in a real dark song. F94 through a 5 pop 6. F93 to a full auto switch. F94 to reactive. That's why the AR twitch. 9 millis for the snakes that smile in your face. 223s for the nights they said this hurts me more. While they finish the chase. Every code they roll, every caliber, every lobby came around. Every better not tell turned into a reason. We outside right now. Seen kids get walked out the back at 3 a.m. Staff pockets, fat, no sound. One phone call, file care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. Pred's gone dead. 2, 2, 3, good night.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to.
They said don't fight the system. They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to. We are going to show you what bar attorneys have hidden from all of us. Hundreds of thousands of children and twice that of parents have been lied to and walked down the road of termination. It's the death penalty. We're all of the protesters, the ones who fight for the rights of prisoners, dogs, illegal immigrants. Why aren't you coming to the aid of our children and families? Right here in America, every day a child per minute is kidnapped.
And no one cares. We fight alone until today. CPS Punishers mount up. Here comes
the CPS Punisher.
Anonymous tip, another lie from one of them. No warrant, no proof, just a badge and a grin. Stealing kids like trophies, thinking they'll win. Mama crying on the porch, daddy in the cage. System wrote the script, but the CPS Punisher just flipped the page. The educator they banned, I see every violation, every forged line, every ex-part hearing, every stolen time. One tap of the app and the truth ignites. Welcome to the CPS Punisher, now we can fight.
CPS and the courts have lied to us all.
Cracks. We take our kids back. The app is called the in the shadows, a skull in the night. The binder full of secrets and weapons you all need. Ab initio, watch me void that lie. Fourth Amendment armor, watch the tyrants cry. Falsified drug test gone in a flash. I see Tevio, warrior, due process king. Every parent's hero when the hotline rings. I call it justice. Download the truth, now the system busts us. From the courtroom to the streets, hear the battle cry. The CPS Punishers arrive. Kiss your bar asses goodbye. They tried to silence us. Now we're the loudest voice in the room.
CPS Punisher.
Here to avoid the chains and expose the game.
CPS Punisher.
The educator they never wanted you to find.
Born as her.
The children never leave again. Families rise, we never look back. We now use the CPS Punisher. This ain't revenge. This is reunification. This ain't rage. This is resurrection. Open the app. Step into the fight. You ready?
CPS Punisher.
The app you need when they took your kid.
CPS Punisher.
The truth they hid, now the truth gets lit.
Born as her.
Download the power, take back the throne.
Punisher.
You're never alone. CPS Punisher. The educator they never wanted you to find. Void complete. Family restored. The bar is finished. The Constitution will prevail. Judges do what's right. Treason is your penalty.
CPS Punisher.
Here comes the CPS Punisher.